Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 11th of September, heading home at 5:25. Just leaving Windsor's. I missed out the little gap between here and Windsor's because I was a bit occupied. But we're here now and I'm going to do Mr. Nullis first so we don't miss out on Mr. Nullis. Like last week when technology failed me. And the only thing is, I've got to hunt back now. He's texting them to make it easier, but he's kind of done a million other texts afterwards, so I'm going to hunt miles back. It's like, Right, Mr. Nice says, my things for you to talk about on your vlog. Me as I've been to Hollingworth Lake on Thursday a week and a day ago, as my mum went there as a little girl in 1973, and also I've been to Widsey Park on Wednesday morning and Roundhay Park on Thursday afternoon. You've been very busy, Mr. Nice. Well, you can't beat Widsey Park anyway, can you? Did you ever watch Play School as a little kid? I can't remember, it was a long time ago. My mum and I, she and I are going to York from the 20th to 22nd of September as York is out of local lockdown. Well, at the moment, Richard, but it's changing every minute, isn't it? God, York could be completely locked down by Monday. At least there's only 2 of you going, no more than 6. That would be very bad. How's your dad? Yeah, he's fine, thanks. We can't believe it's been 25 weeks of lockdown. It's not going away, Richard. It's going to be still here, I bet, until goodness knows, next year, I think, now. Maybe even longer. So yes, the big news, of course, is that the government has now issued a new law that will come into place on Monday, that is September the 14th, that states no one can meet in a group of more than 6 people. Well, actually, it's a bit more complicated than that, because you can't go somewhere as a group of more than 6 people, but once you're actually there, if like 3 and 5 of you go separately to somewhere, once you're in, then you could kind of like be at tables near to each other and like no one would know. So that's kind of a bit of a, I don't know really, it's a bit of an odd one, isn't it? Whoa, you little sneaky monkey. Oh well, we'll go over here. So he's going that way, I'm going this way. That's a fancy Range Rover, isn't it? So, yes, coronavirus is about still and causing mayhem, apparently. Oh, and our rate in England has gone above 1 now. So that means Boris should blow up the country or something, I think, when that happens. Fairly sure. Definitely the rest of the planet should not allow us to go anywhere. We should be in permanent quarantine now or something. So yeah, what's been happening? Last weekend, worked a lot. Surprisingly, that, isn't it? Just all these back orders I had backed up. It was, come on with your big meaty Range Rover.
K-band radar check speed.
It does get a bit ludicrous now. The number of times I end up behind like these really fast, souped-up cars. It was, what, you know, these Honda Type R's. It had 3 exhausts in the middle. You know, 3 exhausts in the middle. It got all these fancy wings on. It was the Type R, the full sport, most souped up model. It's a Honda Civic Type R. Really sporty thing. I followed it from Halifax all the way up to Shelf at 25 miles an hour. Now, I just don't quite understand the theory behind, if you're quite elderly, just because you've got the money to buy the most expensive model of a car, if you're going to drive it everywhere at 25 miles an hour, it's not a lot of point. Don't buy a sporty car and then just drive it really slowly, because that's just, it's daft, really. You know, because the fuel economy will be horrendous on it. So you're costing the planet more than anything, as well as your own money. But it was just ludicrous. This super sporty, massive spoiler and angled lights and aggressive stance lowered, and all these exhausts in the middle, and it was wanting to breathe fire out of them and everything. And 25 miles all the way, 25 miles per hour. It was just the slowest trip back to shelf I've ever done. Right, I'm going to risk going behind him, and I know he's going to be really slow in his Range Rover, aren't you? Go on, come on. It's going to go. It will do. You press the thing on the right and it moves. He's going. You see, but now if I try and get past him now, he's going to like floor it just to make a point. So I won't do that. But yes, that cracked me up, did the old guy in the souped up. And there's so many times I get behind really powerful cars and they're just crawling everywhere, and you just like, at least do the speed limit. You know, at least try and attain that 30 miles an hour or that 40 miles an hour or the 50. Don't just plod along at 26 or 27. I mean, maybe they got loads of speeding tickets and they can't get any more. But then, why buy a really fast car if you keep getting speeding tickets by, you know, a Skoda, a very small Skoda or something, or one of the VW up things? You know, get a little car that you can't possibly speed in because it's got a tiny engine, and then you'll be all right, won't you? I don't know. So anyway, rant about that on, which was complete distraction by that Range Rover, which has now disappeared anyway. So yeah, busy last weekend trying to catch up with the backlog of orders, plus all new orders that we got coming. We had a load of green coffee orders. I needed to extract a sack from a massive pile of sacks that I'd managed to make up with the new stacker. So I had to get that out and then bag up all this coffee and everything. So yeah, Saturday hectic doing that. Sunday I ended up doing some parcels for Hermes and dropping them off. That's very nice of him to use the path. I'm not sure the policeman would be very happy about it, but whatever. So yeah, because I had a load of Hermes parcels to drop off Saturday, which I didn't manage to get through in the end. And then Sunday I did a load more and dropped them off, and they must have picked them up after I dropped the others on the Saturday, so that was quite good. Obviously the Sunday I don't think get picked up till sometime on the Monday, so that's but it saved a bit of time on Monday because we had so much on, and it's been really full on busy. Loads of big orders for all sorts of big bulky stuff, lots of cups, disposables and things this week. Just I don't know, it's really kicked up. But saying that, we have now pretty much reached the point of being caught up with everything, thank goodness. After what feels like a really insane 3 weeks, because it really, the last week in September it started being mad. Then we had the bank holiday weekend, which really did us no favours because you lose a day then, and it's an extra day of people ordering stuff that you're not sending it out. Even though I was in for the bank holiday roasting, getting coffee ready for that. And yeah, so I had a customer that dealt with many years ago, probably back in 2011, come back for some own label coffee. So that was a big order for that. I had a big order for roasted coffee off a couple of, well, a cafe chain. So that was like 40 kilos that needed doing and 25 kilos in the other. Plus all the other roasting. I did a week ago Thursday, I did 8 batches on the 30 kilo. Yeah, I was roasting again Monday on the 30 kilo, Tuesday on the 30 kilo, Wednesday on the 5, Thursday on the 5, today the 5 and the 30. So yeah, that's a ridiculous amount of coffee being roasted left, right and centre. And quite a large proportion of it has disappeared out as well, so that's even better. So yeah, on the whole, really busy week there. Evening wise, not really been a bit thin on the ground for Hive posts, to be fair, just 'cause I've been so busy and worn out when I get home.
30 miles per hour.
Did a little bit of an update on the Hive educational events. Hive UK educational event. Given all the new government legislation and guidelines, it's a bit kind of like, So I think quite a few people are a bit sort of unsure. Some have already pulled out. So we're definitely banking on the fact that educational meetups are allowed of more than 6 people. And also the fact that it's in a workplace that has massive social distancing, so it's kind of like a non-thing to say, you can't have people together in there because you can just keep them all very, very separate. So why the problem? But I mean, as it turns out, I don't actually think there's going to be more than 6 people anyway, so it won't be an issue at all. But it's just kind of rubbish timing. If they'd just done it a week later, it wouldn't have been a problem, and I wouldn't have had some people that were, quite keen to get involved pull out. But there you go. That's how things go. That said, I mean, it could all change with this R rate going up. We could enter a full lockdown situation, in which case it would totally be out of the window, which is a bit awkward. But we'll have to see what happens. God dear me. So yeah, I have to see what happens next week, really, next few days, if there's a big lockdown comes in because of this massive increase in infections. I'm not convinced I'm that surprised. School's been back a week and there's a massive increase in coronavirus infections. But I mean, also this 6-person thing is directly attributed to the fact that they're saying the sort of 17 to 30-year-old group of young people are the ones that are meeting in mass and spreading it about themselves like crazy. So it's kind of like, let's blanket ban everyone in the country because of a minor group of the youth are not making proper social distancing, not wearing masks, meeting in mass groups and then passing it to each other. And of course the thing is, they're not actually getting that sick from it because it doesn't affect them that much, which is probably why they don't give a damn anyway. It's like, oh, he's not going to kill me, so I don't care. But then they go and visit their parents who are quite elderly, give it them and they die, and I'm quite sure they'll then be quite upset about that, and grandparents and whatever else. So yeah, it is this kind of thing that you've got to think about what you're doing and do social distancing and wear a mask. Even if it doesn't tell you absolutely have to wear a mask, you really should be wearing a mask just to protect you and protect other people from you, because there's a good chance you could have it, not realise, and be passing it about. But as it is, the government's going to have to rule with an iron fist, because the majority, well, a large proportion of people don't really seem to be paying any bit of notice of what they're telling them. So they're going for this sort of draconian effect of we're going to force the limitation, but of course it's just kind of like it's putting limitations on people that are doing the right thing just because of the few that aren't. I suppose that's life though, isn't it, really? So what else has been happening? I've been watching quite a lot of X-Files, actually. Mulder and Scully. The truth is out there. Yes, for some unknown reason, I discovered them on Amazon Prime Video, that they had the whole of the original X-Files, and I was like, damn, I'm going to watch X-Files again. And I'm still ploughing through it, and it is still fantastic. I'm loving it, actually. Even though it's so old, it's not dated really. you know, the paranormal, aliens, these all sorts of strange and weird happenings. It's still really entertaining. Yeah, I'm ploughing through that. Not really watched any movies. Oh, we watched Ghostbusters. Well, I saw a bit of it actually. The family wanted to watch it, but didn't have it anywhere. Went to the good old Mac Mini that houses all the films that I have stored, and it wouldn't log in or do anything. And I kept trying to boot it, and it just kept getting stuck and not booting. Yes, very annoyingly, the hard drive had decided to just fail on it. But then again, I've had it about 11 years. Not 11, well, maybe 9 years. I'm sure it's a 2011 Mac Mini, so maybe 9 years. In fact, probably less, maybe 8, because I didn't buy it new. It was used when I got it. But it's still very old, and it's on the original hard drive, so... it's not done bad, that hard drive, really, because it's on 24/7 as my media server. Oh, well, this is going to come and do his dance again. So I ordered a new 500GB SSD for it, Western Digital Blue, £47 from Amazon. Ordered it Tuesday night at 9 PM, and it arrived Wednesday night at, well, no, it arrived Wednesday daytime. Delivered £47 for an SSD, and it just comes to your house the next day. Fitted it Wednesday night, went pretty much okay. Gave the fan a good clean as well, which it would desperately needed for dust and muck. And got it all booted up, lovely. Hadn't really got anything backed up off the old one, but I'm trying to recover the data now. But there's nothing on there I really needed anyway, so. Because iCloud obviously has your back for most things nowadays. You really want just to get in your documents and your desktop and whatever else, and it just syncs between everything. It stays in the cloud. So that's me done. Have a good weekend. Next week. I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.